Hello there, I'm Taurus. Today's our talk will be on a topic that majority of people will probably disagree with me on. I'm sure looking forward to all the hate in the comments. So see, there's a lot of popular videos talking about original characters, what makes them bad, what makes them good. There's a whole lot of deviantart cringe videos targeting young people who make poorly drawn self-inserts to their favorite shows, or whatever people dislike actually. Regarding all of this, I decided to talk a bit about this whole thing with the original characters. In my opinion, this video might be helpful if you're struggling with creating them, if you're young and being criticized too harshly, or if you're plain afraid to make original characters because you're not good at it. I've been there. First off, a little bit of a story. I was young and impressionable and sure as hell was creating original characters. And then at one point I stopped entirely. Now keep in mind that I was a delicate flower back then, and assholes on the internet were having quite an impact on me. So what happened? My thought process was something like, what if I create a character that I like, but it's gonna be ridiculous in the eyes of others, and I wouldn't even know it? So basically what happened was I became too scared to make original characters and stories because I thought I wasn't good enough and that all of my efforts were utter shit. Yet I was afraid of putting out there something that I've created and have been proud of. Plus the deviantart hate was spreading, and the worst thing I could have imagined is being listed as some sort of shame wall of cringy art, so I avoided it entirely. So if this rant can boost the morale of even one person going through a similar thing, it's worth it, in my opinion. The truth is, there is no such thing as a bad original character. Especially so if you're young and only starting out in a whole artistic thingy. Now, I'll explain why I believe so, while also going over the points that aggravate people the most and cause all the hate. First of all, every story and every character you create is a unique experience. Even if it doesn't turn out as you imagined, or if you're not skilled enough to make it look great, you're already a better artist and storyteller than before you created it. Think about it as an RPG experience bar, or a Sims one, whatever suits you better. First, you'll be doing things that you aren't proud of, but if you don't do them at all, you aren't giving yourself a chance to advance to the next level, metaphorically speaking. So, yeah, you better give yourself a chance. Second point is, poor writing is not a crime. Again, similar stuff, the previous point applies as well. You can't really progress until you do it enough times and fail, you know? Third point, the bizarre appearance of your characters. When people think about bad original characters, they usually imagine something like rainbow hair, a lot of accessories, edgy scars, wings, animal attributes like ears and so on, and all of this at once. I see how it can be an eyesore, but I don't see anything wrong about it. I mean, still the same old thing, you have to try out the stuff before you actually progress. You want to do a Neko-flying fighter girl with different colored eyes? Well, you go and do it. Have fun, experiment, even if it ends up looking atrocious in the eyes of more experienced artists. Almost everyone was there, and people are quick to jump on a hate wagon, just forgetting about how they went through a similar phase in their lives. A huge disclaimer, I'm not saying that you shouldn't seek ways to improve your writing and character design. You definitely should do this. But the new knowledge shouldn't make you feel ashamed of your current skills and the work that you previously made. You see, every artistic piece is an expression of you, so unless you're into some gross kinky stuff, you shouldn't be afraid to put it out there. I mean, I'm not shaming, but some stuff is better for your private folders, guys. Talking about skills, People hate on bases and poor drawings, and if you combine it with appearance stuff, you have a high chance of being laughed at in the online community. There is absolutely nothing wrong with not being able to draw good or even decently. Everyone has different learning paces, motoric skills, vision for their own mistakes. It develops at different rates for each person. So the only thing you can do is go and practice all the time. I'm not gonna talk a lot about self-inserts or mercies, as I wanted to make it a whole another video. But I'm gonna say that I don't think they're harmful either. And this kinda leads me to the next point. Every character says something about you. Your likes, dislikes and so on, your personality. Use it as a merit to get to know yourself better, especially if you're young and confused. Like, sometimes you can project some parts of yourself or of what's bothering you onto a character, and when you actually discover it, it's very helpful to analyze it. It kinda gives you other person's perspective, but you're actually looking at yourself instead. So yeah, it can be quite helpful. So I'm gonna wrap this up by saying this. Don't let people's opinions scare you out of doing what you love to do. Even if it isn't directed at you especially, you can still be affected by the things that go on in the internet community. Basically, it's the worst thing that you can do for your future self. Like, so what if you made a bad original character? It's just one step on your path of becoming a better artist. Just put out there what you're proud of, learn to accept criticism, learn to distinguish it from just plain hate. Discouraging yourself is very, very harmful, and you have to recognize it and let it go. So yeah, thank you for watching. I would really appreciate if you checked out my channel. And if you have any ideas for the future videos, you can leave a comment. See ya!